What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You saw the thumbnail and the title. This is the most difficult list to do every year because I usually revamp it annually. A lot of great stuff got left off. So before you're like, I can't believe you didn't put this on it, but you said you rated it this high, but oh my god, TOT. Stop. Woosah. Zen. Take a breath. It's okay. So this was very difficult for me as it is. Okay. So the first 15 are not ranked. The last 5 are. It is my actual top 5 fragrances in my collection because a lot of you hear me reference this is in my top 5. And some of these will never move. Like there's one that's always been where, in this top 5 ever since the first time I got it. So this is a challenge. There will be links down below through YouTube Shopping Network, Jelma Shop, Fragrance Net, places like that. In the description, there'll be fragrance buy links and, certain brands like Zaharoff. Of course, there's particular Zaharoff fragrance on here. Brand links and everything. If you want to do some shopping, do not feel pressured in any way, shape, or form to buy anything. This is just me sharing what's my favorites in my massive, ridiculous, over-the-top collection. I'm just glad you're here. So, without further ado, this was tough. Let's get into it. Stay tuned. Let's get the most obvious one out the way first, shall we? Salvatore Ferragamo's Acqua Essenziale Bleu, the most recommended fragrance in the history of this channel. Probably always will be. Would love for this to focus. That would be absolutely stellar. Should now. There we go. I love this fragrance. It's still the best bang for you buck blue in my opinion. It's not an ambroxan bomb, but there is ambroxan. There's citrus. It's fresh, spicy. It's woodsy. There's a touch of earthy green. It's aromatic while being sweet and powdery. It's not a soapy fragrance. But there's a little hint of a shower gel feel. And it's not really all of that from the lavender. Like I said, there's a little bit of ambroxan. A really good performer. If you feel it's weak, it's nose fatigue, I can assure you this is a strong fragrance. Highly versatile. Not the best high heat summer option, but the rest of the year totally a signature scent. I get every bit of 8 hours of longevity and then some. And it's pretty stout for about 2 hours on my skin. Always has been. For those of you that work in an office setting, this is a phenomenal fragrance. I was working at Mercedes when I first got this and fell in love with it and put a third of the dent in this bottle. Was when I was at Mercedes. Maybe even a little bit more than that. Huge fan. I'll always recommend it. Sub $40 price point. Even when it gets discontinued, it'll still be one of my favorites. We had a few in here that are discontinued because just because they're not easy to find because they're discontinued doesn't mean they're not favorite fragrances in my collection, right? So another one I'll always encourage you to check out if you value my opinion. Salvatore Ferragamo's Acqua Essenziale Bleu. Let's get another pretty obvious one out the way here because while my philosophy is we as content creators don't generate hype, we plant seeds with our opinions, and you guys then, once you try it, dictate and decide, is it as good as they're saying, or is it better, is it worse, and the masses make it spread. So you guys are more guilty of hype than I am. Just saying, we're all part of it, but none of you are out of the question. French Riviera from Mancera. This is my favorite fresh Mancera fragrance, and I'm starting to think it's my favorite Mancera. It's what I recommend the most. It's what I gravitate to. Creamy, big floppy white flowers, the tiare flower. Very dominant here. Citruses, fruit, a little on the freshwater side, a touch salty, just a touch. More of a freshwater accord. Things like Cinque Terre, Sole d'Italie, those have more of a salty accord with their aquatic notes, whereas this is fresher overall, a little musky, a soft wood. It doesn't reinvent the wheel on a fresh fragrance. It's a little touch of sunscreen without just being like some creamy coconut, cocoa butter type of sunscreen. It's not all of that, but there's an element to it. It's just a laid-back vibe on a hot summer's day. I love this fragrance. Above average longevity. Not a screamer off the skin, but pronounced. So not quite a beast, but I would call it an above average performer pretty much across the board. So yeah, this is one that I definitely put the stamp of approval on very early. It was difficult to find for a long time. No, that wasn't from hype from me. It was once it sold out from discounters, I guess they maybe didn't plan on it gaining some popularity the way it did, and they didn't produce enough bottles. And eventually it got to where it's pretty readily available now in that $100 range from discounters. You can find it all over the place. There's spots to get it below. I encourage checking this one out. If you want a great option, a great laid-back vibe, this fragrance is a vibe. During summer, this is absolutely one of my favorites in my collection. I love this fragrance. I absolutely adore it. I can't wait to get it back in my rotation because I'm very seasonal. I think it's perfect for summer. It's French Riviera. Sticking with the house, I had to pick one of the two. I didn't want to pick both. And in the past, I would have said the original, but over time, I'm leaning to the intense Cedrat Boise. It's just so potent. Because there's so much more I rather wear on a regular basis from Mancera than Cedrat Boise these days because I live at the beach. So I've got the beach vibe and climate most of the time. So when I want Cedrat Boise's profile, I'd rather have it in the cooler months that we have. And this is the spicier, heavier, more leather dominant, more animalic twist on that beautiful fragrance because it still smells like Cedrat Boise, just an intense version. High oil concentration, nose destroyer, because this stuff will wear my nose out fast. 20 minutes at the most, I can smell this until it fades. And it is not 20 minutes and it's gone, bro. No, 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 that is not the case. It's just so potent, it destroys my nose. And then, 2, 3, 4 hours later, my nose will regain its sensitivity and it smells like it just sprayed the damn thing because it's so nuclear potent. I love this fragrance. I do. Cedrat Boise and Intense Cedrat Boisi have kind of been 1A and 1B from Mancera for me. I think they're kind of 2A and 2B now because I can't fight it any longer. This is my favorite Mancera fragrance. It just is. It just is. It's perfect for my lifestyle, the climate, the area I live in. It's just what it is. So when I want Cedrat Boisi, I want the heavier one. Let me get the stronger one. Let me get the spicier one. Let me get the more leather forward one. So I had to pick this one. I won't kick rocks at the original. I still herald the original as one of the greatest men's fragrances ever created because we wouldn't have this without that. But, yep, definitely a favorite in my collection. Mancera's Intense Cedrat Boisi. Now, because I put this and a different fragrance from Nishane, there's no Ani in this video. Ani got bumped out the top 20. Can you believe it? Any of you that know how I feel about that? That's one of the greatest vanillas ever. This smells like Ani and then some. This is Perroy's Goldfawn. I gave this a 9.75 this year when I got it. I would have never gave this brand 2 looks had Sauvant Garde not reached out and they wanted to do a weekend sale video, 30% off. This was not long ago, like a month or 2 ago. And I was like, well, just send me whatever, I clicked a couple of things on the list and, whatever they send, because it's not always exactly what you pick. Most of the time, you get like half of what you pick and half of what they wanted to send. And this was one that just out of the blue they sent to me. And they list 3 notes with this brand for all the fragrances. This lists cedarwood, sandalwood, vanilla. Sounds basic as shit, right? It's woody vanilla. That doesn't sound special. They don't list all the notes, guys. This is an animalic, smoky, woody vanilla that's more cedarwood than sandalwood. And it reminds me of like the base being Nishane Ani, and then the evolution coming on top of that. That's why I say it reminds me, because it's got spice. It's got this ambery benzoin type of feel. Like all the elements of Ani I find are here. And then some. Like I said, you pile on smoke, animalics, and stuff like that on top of it, and a stronger woody presence. This is almost the perfect perfume lover's vanilla. Woody vanilla. At least that's my opinion. You may not share that opinion when you try. I don't know what you're talking about. TLTG, it's okay. All right, it's all right. You may feel that. That's mind-bogglingly good to me. So, it's a charismatic scent. You just want to keep going back to it. I'm just drawn to it. Even just sniffing it out the atomizer. It's so freaking good. So, recently, the rep that I deal with, from literally yesterday, the rep that I deal with from Sauvant Garde reached out, and it was, May's coming up, yada, yada, yada. Pick some stuff from a list. You better believe I picked a freaking Perroy fragrance. I picked Blonde Purple. purple bottle. I was looking through notes. I was like, ooh, let me see. I hope I get whatever one I picked. And I made sure to pick one. Yeah, because I need more from this house. I would encourage getting a Discovery set. These are in the price range of Mancera. And when you can get a deal on them, they're from discounters. They're in the price of Mancera too. Retails below Mancera. So in that mid-range affordable niche, and I got to tell you, I started with an amazing fragrance from them. I'm going a little longer than I should here. We need to move on, but it's hard to not get stuck on such a good fragrance. But yeah, you woody vanilla lovers, Perroy Goldfawn, this stuff is freaking special. I love my tropical fragrances, and I love Jean Paul Gaultier. Le Beau Le Parfum is my favorite from the house. That hasn't changed. This is in a recent Designers for Life video. I picked this as well. It's fruity, it's citric, it's green, it's a little powdery floral sweet, coconut water type of smell. It's just so good. Very synthetic too. It's not like it's some natural photorealistic smell of any of the accords and notes involved. I just love the way it smells. Wife loves the way it smells. It just really fits the vibe. You would think maybe it's a little too cloyingly sweet and strong for the beach. I've worn this to the beach on beach days. It's great. So because I went a little longer on the Goldfawn segment, I need to speed up these next couple because I don't want to make the video too long for you guys. But if you haven't sampled this yet, you're missing out. Yes, they got clones of it, but you know, aside from like something like Cadillage Island, I would still say get the original because in my Clones for Life video, I got Cadillage Island because I just love the profile that much. It's not as synthetic smelling and fresher, but this is a stronger fragrance overall. So there's merit to having both while being redundant, believe it or not. So if you want the clone, I recommend Cadillage Island, but nothing's like the original, honestly. One of my faves, Le Beau Le Parfum. So it killed me to not have this in my Designers for Life video because this was one of my favorite releases last year. But it's in my top 20 because we're beyond 10 fragrances this time. Givenchy Gentleman. Society Extreme. No, I don't have the ombre yet. I will get it at some point. There's a few new releases I just haven't grabbed yet, but I'll get them. But this is so good. It's so good. A little bit of coffee, some iris, vanilla, wood, spices, resins. It's so freaking good. Really good performer on my skin as well. This has some depth. For being a designer fragrance, this is a deeper profile. Any of you that like, you know, woody florals, spicy woody florals, I guess we could say, more so than a woody floral musk, you need to try this. Even if you weren't a big fan of the original, which was mainly based around woods, this adds a lot of depth, a little bit of coffee. Again, spices enhanced. You still have that balmy, woody, creamy feel to it, but you also have some drier woods thrown into this as well as a waxy iris. This is absolutely stunning, and it's a great performer. Definitely one of my faves in my collection. Givenchy Gentleman Society Extreme. Now, if you're a fan of plum, you really should explore this fragrance from this house. This is their best work, in my opinion. This is from Maison. This is Silent Night. This is super juicy plum with cinnamon, spice, cedar, soft florals. It's not a crazy complicated fragrance, but it's super high quality and very well balanced. You get all of those accords pretty evenly across the board from start to finish. Very juicy, even a little tart. It's more of a realistic plum than something you'll get in the designer fragrances, like a plum from a Bad Boy Cobalt. While I love that fragrance, and surprisingly, that's not here. It was difficult to leave that one off. I thought about it. Because I actually don't have a Carolina Herrera fragrance here, believe it or not, because there's some stuff that just had to be here. This is like knock your socks off kind of good. Phenomenal performance. It's a newer luxury brand. They've only been around for like 2 years or so, 2 to 3 years. And they've really put out some good stuff. And this is the highlight of the brand. They've currently got 3 fragrances in their library, and this is hands down the best one to me. The most versatile, the easiest to like. It's not centered around oud like the other 2 are, Sovereign and Rebirth, which Rebirth's actually a summertime oud rose. It's kind of crazy how that worked out. It's so breezy, but it's oud rose. Whereas here, it's spicy, fruity, woody with some soft white florals. It's really, really good. Lean's a little masculine, so any ladies that want to try it, you got to like a little bit of a masculine lean. But man, this is so freaking good. Maison Daba's Silent Night. No surprises here for anybody that watches the channel, especially if you watch my weekly rotations. I literally did a fresh, finished shaving, quick little shorts video last night. Coconut Lagoon from Paris Corner. No surprises here, right? Look at that dent, just growing and growing. I love the hell out of this fragrance. It's candied citrus and coconut. The caramel has come to life more as it's matured over time. It used to just smell like sugar. Now it actually smells like caramel syrup. And there's a creamy vanilla to balance things out. It's a very sweet fragrance. It's not your sunscreen coconut. It's not your fleshy, natural coconut shaving kind of. It's not realistic. It's artificial candied coconut. And it's so sugary, it makes the citruses smell like frickin' Skittles. You've got yellow, green, and orange citrus. It smells like yellow, green, and orange Skittles. Mixed with candied coconut, like an Almond Joy, for example, with a little bit of caramel syrup and vanilla. It's amazing. It's in the Ministry of Gourmand line. It's fair to call it a gourmand because it's a freaking candy fragrance. And it's the greatest candy fragrance I've ever smelled. I love the shit out of this fragrance, guys. This is one of the best $30 fragrances money can buy. I'm sorry. So amazing. God, it is so good. Of course this was going to be here. Paris Corner's Ministry of Gourmand, Coconut Lagoon. An icon in the world of perfumery. So much so that when they reformulated and reproduced a new version, the internet went wild. Came hard at anybody that actually liked it. Because I do like the new one. But I agreed with everybody in the aspect that the new one ain't better than the original version of Dior Homme Parfum. This is iconic stuff. This got bumped out of my top 5, believe it or not. That's why I just put it wherever, because it's not able to be in my top 5 anymore. Because this was in my top 5 for years. If we were ranking it, it would have been 6. But just the top 5's ranked. That's why I just put this like midway through. I intentionally put it midway through. It's like, well, if it's not in the top 5, we'll talk about it midway through the video. But it's still the greatest iris fragrance I've ever smelled. It is very animalic, a little rosy, very leathery, and then it dries into a creamy sandalwood, and you get this waxy iris. It is a monster performer. This is the old 75 ml bottles. This is one of the greatest fragrances ever produced, ever, ever, ever. Men, women, children, whoever they want to market it to. It's just one of the greatest fragrances ever. I wear it so seldom. I hold it in such high regard. I wear it once, maybe twice a year. I'll probably never fully get through this 75 ml, and I already told the wife if I go first, just bury the sealed bottle that I have as a backup. Just throw it in the casket. It's cool. I'll take it with me. I'll take it with me. Yeah, that's the fragrance I'll take with me. If I could have this to make my way into the afterlife, sweet. I get to smell like Dior Homme Parfum, right? So I'm dead serious. I told her, just throw it in there. Because everybody's like, oh, you'll never use it. I'll buy it from you. No, you won't, because I won't sell it to you. I love it so much, I totally plan on having many sprays, hell, even a sealed bottle, outlive me. Cool with that. I just want to make sure no matter what in my entire life, if I feel like spraying Dior Homme Parfum, I got sprays. You know, I got sprays. A true lifer. There's a plan in place. Yeah. Is that overkill? Sure. Do I care? Fuck no. I meant what I said. I want to make sure I have it the rest of my life because it is that good. So again, those of you that were like just wanting to shit on me for liking the new one, that's how I feel about the old one. I just think the new one gets unfairly treated. It's pretty good. It's not as good as this. It's still pretty good. But this is an icon in my opinion. It's goated. Dior Homme Parfum. Speaking of goated and discontinued. Yeah. This ain't never losing a seat at this particular table. It is that good. This is one that if I ever do finish this bottle off, I understand I'd have to pay a ridiculous, just ungodly amount of money to get another bottle, and it's one that I'd actually consider it. I go through spurts here and there. I go and I revisit this damn fragrance, and it's that good. It's the original scent profile with some patchouli and heavy incense. It's more the big boys, dressier occasion. You can still wear it casually, no problem, but dressier, cooler weather Acqua di Gio. The Parfum gets you about 90% here. For anybody wondering, you don't need to go get this. The Parfum gets you about 90%. It's a little less incense, a little bit fresher. Same fragrance overall, though. 90%. Think about that. It's like the brand cloned its own fragrance, and it got 90%. It's almost Acqua di Gio Profumo. You hear me say almost with the clones. Acqua di Gio Parfum is almost, it's 90% Profumo, so, which I do have. I have the 23 bottle. I've heard the 24 bottle has more incense, so there you go. So don't feel like you got to go rush out and get this unless you come across a steal, which around retail would be an absolute bona fide steal these days for this. Even 20, 30 bucks over retail, be like, buy it now. Buy it. Buy it. If you don't want it, somebody you know will. Man, this is so good. Again, aquatic, saltwater, green, fresh green spiced, leafy, earthy, patchouli, and then loads of smoky incense. And it's a phenomenal performer. Definitely a lifer for me. Definitely keeps a seat at my top 20 long term. Get this to focus. That's Acqua di Gio's Profumo. This is such an impressive fragrance for anybody that likes earthy, likes rose, and likes Baccarat Rouge 540. Montal's Sensual Instinct is all of those things. It's an earthy green oak moss that kind of smells more like an earthy patchouli to me in the dry down, but a thick, jammy rose at the top with Baccarat Rouge 540 sweetness in the heart. And monstrous Montale-like performance. This stuff's so good. I mean, so good. Whew, man. Bask in this shit for a second. Jesus Christ. Thick rose, earthy green BR 540. Think about that. Better in every way, shape, or form to me. Better than Baccarat Rouge 540. EDP and X-Straight across the board to me personally. And I love that profile. That's why stuff that manipulates and twists it, I'm always eager to check out. And this is the greatest manipulation and twist of that DNA ever. Kudos Pierre Montale, because it's not exactly BR 540. I would say like 50% of this fragrance is. The other 50% was elements he built upon and evolved it with, and magnifique. Can't recommend it enough. Montale's Sensual Instinct. Where we stand here today, right now, this is the best release of 2025. It is May 1st. We still got more than half the year. Somebody come with it. Because Michael Paul at Day 3 Fragrances did. Tres Oros. Creamy plantains. Juicy pineapple. Spoonful of realistic cinnamon. Golden honey drizzled all over the top of all of it. There's other notes, but that's the main things you're going to get. This is fucking amazing. Top tier quality. Incredible sillage and longevity. It's, even if you're not a big gourmand person, which is only certain ones I gravitate to, you're bound to like this. It's that good. It's his best fragrance. Now, I'm partial to Bani, the mango papaya fragrance, because of where I live. It's just perfect for living at the beach. So I'll always keep that as my number one Day 3 fragrance. But in reality, if we're just taking where I live and my setting out of it and just looking at the fragrances for what they are, this is hands down his best creation. And he's put out some bangers. La Tacita de Cafe, downtown Deja Vu, smells like walking through a freaking shopping mall back in the 90s. It's crazy how he brought that to life. All the smells and even sounds. Like I can hear stuff when I'm mentally walking through that profile while I sniff it. Aylin, which is one of the best vanilla ouds you'll ever come across. Escandalo is a beautiful citrus fragrance. I mean, it just goes on and on. Say Less is just a realistic earthy iris. This house is amazing. Get a discovery set and check them out. But this is hands down his best fragrance. It's not even close. And it's my number one overall release as it stands May 1st currently. It could be topped. This is my opinion, of course, but it can be topped. I just haven't smelled anything to top it yet. Not yet. That includes Argos, that includes Zaharoff, that includes Kajal, that includes PDM, this Goldfawn fragrance from Perroy. Like, I've smelled some phenomenal stuff this year. Phenomenal. Fucking amazing stuff. This is better than all of them. So, any releases coming? Here's the measuring stick. This is what you got to beat over here in the TLTG household. So, yeah, it's that good. Get a sample. Try it. You may fall in love with it. It's Tres Oros from Day 3. Took the crown as my favorite Nishane. I had to hold back from saying 10 out of 10 the first time I smelled it. Some of you saw that live stream. It took my breath away. I was so impressed by this. Warm Weather Leather. It is Nishane's Safran Colonis. So this is bright citron, fiery hot saffron, earthy and slightly green vetiver, fuzzy suede. It's so freaking good. Warm Weather Leather. Fiery hot citrus and leather with earthy vetiver. And when you first smell it, it's kind of a little funky. It's a little strange, but that's the charm. That is the charm. Great quality ingredients, phenomenal performance, and a earthy vetiver, heavy leather accord, like heavy suede accord, that's great in high heat. Super hot and spicy too. It really makes this Citron fiery hot. It's a fiery hot citrus. It's wild the way this was created because it's so amazing. It really is like Ani for the longest time, like we mentioned earlier, was my favorite from Nishane. And then I come across something that has that profile and built upon it and made it better. And this is just, to me, the better Nishane fragrance. So together having these in here, it was like, I can't honestly put Ani for as fucking amazing as Ani is. Ani is amazing. I'll never tell you not to try that. That is quintessential woody vanilla. But if you want something special, I mean special from the brand that's totally different, that you can get sub $90 from discounters for 100 ml. Yeah, this is that. Nishane Safran Colonis. The greatest designer blue of all time. The only ones that I think could top it is their own. I saw a rumor of l'exclusif. Haven't seen nothing since. An elixir, I've been saying, would have been it. But Bleu de Chanel Parfum. The less is more business professionals blue. Woody aromatic, zesty lemon. Loads of different soft sensual woods, warm sandalwood, cashmere wood, isoe super. It's got a lot of these woody synthetic notes, but it's just right. Great longevity and sillage, not a loud in-your-face fragrance. It's a bit more subdued. It's less is more, leaves room for discovery. That's why it's such a great suit and tie professional man's scent. This is so good. Of course you can wear it casually. You don't have to be a business professional to wear this. I just think it's the best business professionals blue. It's just that good. Great first impression fragrance. Job interviews, this is always the recommendation. This is always my first recommendation. Because you don't want a fragrance that's going to be you sit in someone's office to interview for a job. You don't want the main thing they're thinking in their mind is, God, this dude's cologne is strong. Because contrary to belief in this fucking community, you don't want to blow people's heads off with your fragrance all the time. And in situations like a job interview, don't do that to yourself. Don't take bad advice. Less is more sometimes, guys. And that's what makes this, in my opinion, of course, the ultimate for a job interview. Because if and when they do get a whiff, it's a clean, professional, well-rounded fragrance that's not playful and boy, like very boyish. It's not a juvenile profile, but it's also not smell like some old school 80s powerhouse fragrance either. It smells modern, but refined. Again, the greatest designer blue on the market can't be topped by anyone other than themselves. I really believe that. Prove me wrong, some other designer brand, because none of you have yet. This has been out since 2018. And it's had the crown ever since then, because I got it a few months after it came out. It's that good. And it'll always have a seat at this table. Chanel's Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Focus for me. I want to see that beautiful gold font. There we go. Just gorgeous. Expensive, too. Now, I thought about, do I put the EDP or the X-Straight? They're both monster performers. I put the EDP here because it's the one I've spent the most time with. Argos Triumph of Bacchus, my favorite tobacco fragrance, my favorite boozy fragrance. This is the old bottles before the caps stuck into place, before the micro atomizers. The caps, like mostly metal, whereas it's completely metal now. They have the jewel on the eye now. There's color to the enamel. There's a lot of things that have changed. But that profile remains the same. It used to be a lighter orange in this. This is a couple years of maceration. I only wear it for certain occasions, but it's rich, fruity peach apple, warm, boozy rum, nice and ambery rich, and it doesn't allow the tobacco to be earthy. This is not a super earthy tobacco. It's very smooth, very clean profile for being a boozy tobacco. There's like a purity to this. It's amazing, and it's a monster performer. The EDP and the X-Straight, both monster performers. This one not quite as spicy, I find, as the X-Straight, but that's because base notes are coming to life with that 40% X-Straight. Formula is the same. This is amazing. So I had to have my favorite tobacco. Triumph of Bacchus from Argos. All right, top 5 time. There's one fragrance that made it like this, There's one fragrance that caused something had to get bumped, and Dior Homme Parfum was the one that got bumped, believe it or not. This I hold in such high regard, I hardly ever wear it. Very special occasion. Think I'm going to wear this to my brother's rehearsal dinner. The wedding scent is usually Bacchus Immortel from Argos. That's what I'm going to wear for to the wedding. But for the rehearsal dinner, I'm probably going YSL Babycat. Big Babycat fan. Oh yeah. Smoky. Super smoky, spicy vanilla. Nice and woodsy. Some people say it smells like burnt rubber. I get where they're coming from. I think it's far superior to the smell of burnt rubber, but I understand what they mean. Oh, man, it's so special. So special. And look, I got some colognes that do a really good job. Rifaka from Paris Corner nails this profile. Can't touch the quality. And that's actually really good quality, but this is just so superior. This is an experience to have. There's clones out there that get close in the profile, but the real magic is this bottle. It's expensive shit, too. But it's that good. I got the right special occasion coming up. I can't wait to wear it. It's been a long time since I wore it. I got a banger 1-2 combo. Rehearsal dinner, Babycat, wedding day, Argos Bacchus Immortel. Slaying with the scent profiles and the outfits. Wait, trust me, there'll be pictures. Doing it up. I'm shredded. I'm in the best shape of my life. The fitted suits I got tailored yesterday and everything. I'm super excited. I'm showing out for my brother's wedding. I'm in the wedding party, and I'm super excited. So really doing it up this time, and this is going to be part of doing it up. Got a different outfit. It's a semi-formal for the rehearsal dinner, and of course, much more formal for the wedding. Not tux, but black suits and everything, vest, the whole nine. So pretty excited. So this is going to fit it perfectly. Again, I recommend sampling first. This is far from a safe blind buy, and if you do get the clone, that's great. You should still try this. The downside is if you try this, you'll be like, damn, I really want the original. Because it is that good. Top 5 in my collection. Yves Saint Laurent's Babycat. A fragrance I was blown away by the first time I smelled it on my dear friend Justin Copeland. I had to have it. I put a ton of hype behind it. Vanilla Oud. We talked about Alien being a great vanilla oud, but Vertus Vanilla Oud is the ultimate vanilla oud because this one's a little funky. It's got this burnt vanilla smell. It's a bit more animalic. It's very spicy from Safran. The sillage on this is outrageously strong. Crazy, long trail, long lasting. This is special. From the moment I smelled it, I had to have it. And the moment I got a bottle, it jumped in my top 5. And I'm not saying it could never be bumped. The likelihood is low, though. And for the money, because you can usually get this close to $100 from discounters, that's crazy to get this fragrance. This stuff is money. It's not for everybody. There's some people that can't stand it. I'm looking at you, Elroy Prepson and Jason Vercher. I'll never forget Josh saying it smells like Band-Aids with brown sugar sprinkled on top of it and setting it on fire. I get where he's coming from, actually. And it's hilarious. But no, it's so much better than that. And Josh will see this. Every time this fragrance comes up, I got to pick on them, too, because they like to shit on it. 2 buddies of mine in the community. Check out Elroy Prepson on YouTube and Instagram. And Jason, Sips and Sniffs. They haven't been streaming, though, but Sips and Sniffs here on YouTube. This is good stuff. Sample first. Even though you can get it for a really good price, it's still worth a sample. Just because I'm in love with it and it's in top 5 in my 2,000 plus bottle collection doesn't mean it'll be top 5 in your collection. So it's all that in a bag of chips, though. Vertus Vanilla Oud. The greatest rose fragrance money can buy, in my opinion. I wore this one last week, actually. I love it. My wife has her own bottle. It's a sweet rose incense. Warm wood oud. There's no funk to the oud. I believe it's Chinese oud that's in here. Zaharoff Signature Rosé. This is a magical elixir when it comes to getting compliments. You want to stand out in any room you walk in, you wear this. Guy or gal, don't matter. It's a masculine rose, which even for some will still be feminine because it's a rose fragrance. But this is some of the sexiest stuff ever made. It's so fucking good. I know there's been several F-bombs here. Get over it. This ain't a kid's channel. Don't let your 12-year-olds watch me. What can I say? Great performer. This is one that's kind of like sticks to your skin like glue. Like it'll calm down and you'll be like, oh, it's kind of faded into the skin scent. Then you'll warm up and it'll start pumping like you just sprayed it. This stuff doesn't go away. It just comes back to life. It does not go away. This is so good. This is some of the greatest sillage I've ever smelled in my life. It's sweeter on my wife. It's smokier on me. It's more woodsy on Justin. It's sweeter on Grace. Justin and Grace, Justin Copeland channel. On George, I find it's more ambery. Just as woodsy and sweet and smoky and everything, but I find it's more warm and ambery on George. I'm trying to think who else I've been around wearing it. Off the top of my head, that's the main ones that I've been around that have worn it, but get a sample and try it. Samples are $7 before the 10% off the link we'll provide down below. Get a sample and try this. This is one of the greatest fragrances I've ever smelled. This won't get bumped. This is staying put. This is going to stay in the top 5. This is one that can't move. This top 3 can't move. It's Vanilla Oud and Babycat could be bumped. Maybe one day. More than likely, no, but you never know. Top 5 of my collection is Zaharoff Signature Rosé. My former number 1 for many, many years. This used to be my favorite fragrance. It's my number 2. It's my number 2. I've been through a bottle. I had 2 backup bottles. Now I have 1. I did a giveaway with one of the backup bottles. Kara won that one. Remember giveaway a few months ago. Because I don't need the second backup bottle. 1 backup bottle is plenty. Because I only wear it during the summer. Invictus Aqua 2018. It says the name on the front because it's a tester bottle. For those of you that didn't know, they usually put the names on the testers. This is my most complimented fragrance of all time. This fragrance puts a smile on my face. I love it. It's literally a mood booster. It puts me in a great mood. It just puts me in a great mood. It's aquatic, fresh, citric, powdery, nice and woodsy. So fresh. So fresh and clean. You can't convince me I'm not the best smelling person in any room I walk in when I'm wearing this. Because that's been my experience. I've had people tell me these things verbatim. I've had people tell me, stand right here, I just want to smell you for a little while, don't go nowhere yet. Just, again, I've had a bottle like this in the past. I had a tester like this in the past. This is my second one. Not a monster performer. It's loud as hell for the first hour and a half. Get about 7 hours roughly of longevity, so it's like an average, slightly above average performer for me. It's not as strong as the original 2016 or the 2024, which is just the 2016. But I love this stuff. It was my favorite for years and years and years. Now it's my number 2 because I can't deny the fact of what my favorite is. The dent don't lie. Some of you know exactly what it's going to be when I say the dent don't lie. And we'll discuss it here in just a second. But number 2 in my collection, Invictus Aqua 2018. And a fragrance that hasn't even been out a year, and I put more of a dent in this 60 ml bottle than I have in some of my other favorites that I've had for 5, 6, 7 years. I just go back to it all. I make myself not wear it as much to wear other things, because there was a stretch for months last year where I just kept wearing it and wearing it and wearing it. Zaharoff Signature Serpahim Bleu. This is one of the only 2 10 out of 10s I've ever given. I love this fragrance. It's just incredible. It's just incredible. The dent don't lie. It's been out less than a year. And some people go through a bottle in 3 months. Those people don't have 2,000 plus bottle collections and review new stuff on a weekly basis. You know, with my situation when it comes to fragrance, this is remarkable and an anomaly. This shit doesn't happen. This does not happen. Ever. I still can't believe I was able to knock out almost half a bottle in less than a year. And by the time year ends, I probably have about a third of the bottle roughly left, which again is remarkable with my situation when it comes to fragrance. I review daily. I get new stuff all the time. Whether I buy it or it gets sent to me, I'm always checking out new shit. It's a blessing and a curse. The reason it's a curse is I have phenomenal stuff that I don't always get to wear, because I'm always wearing new stuff. But my God, crisp, green, minty aquatic, soft, powdery, floral, clean musk is so good. It's a breezy, misty type of aquatic. It's not like knee-deep in the ocean kind of aquatic. Eucalyptus makes it minty. You got cypress and apple, give it the crisp, green, aromatic feel. You got iris to give it a little bit of that floral touch. It's a very distinctive coastal blue. So good. So good. Another one, I encourage you, please, get a sample of this fragrance. It might not be a 10 out of 10 for you. Might be a 9 or an 8 or a 7 or something. But you won't. Might be a 2. You won't know if you don't get that sample though. Favorite flavor? Tongue twister. Favorite fragrance in my collection? Most worn fragrance in my collection. One of the most complimented fragrances in my collection. Zaharoff Signature Seraphim Blue. Well, this was long as hell. I knew it would be because my top 10s usually go about 20 minutes. We got 41.5 minutes of raw footage before I edit, which not a whole lot's going to get cut out. It's just little in-betweens to put a flash to separate the segments, basically. An intro and outro for the most part. So I appreciate you guys sticking with me to the end. Like I said, there's links below if you want to check any of these out. You don't have to buy nothing to watch my videos. I just appreciate you spending some time with me. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave, and definitely comment some of your favorites in your collection. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Y'all have a good one.